Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, I have a confusion that why is there so many contradictions between the Hanafi school of thought teachings according to the authentic hadith, comparing them?
Okay, I will answer inshallah. Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy on his soul, wrote a small booklet which is very beneficial, and it really needs people to understand it. It's called Raf'ul Malami Anil A'immatil A'lam, uplifting the blame from all the high esteemed imams of schools of thought. How do we uplift the blame? How can we not blame them for differing and causing this chaos that we see? He explains that how Islam spread. And I've done this in one of the courses I was fortunate to do in Malaysia a couple of years ago, to talk about the origin of fiqh. Maybe if Allah Azza wa Jal gives us life and time, we may do this course in Huda TV, if Allah is willing, inshallah. So all the companions referred to the Prophet ﷺ for fatwa. Nobody gave fatwa or a ruling except the Prophet ﷺ. After his death, the companions started to come up with opinions of their own according to the Quran and the Sunnah. And the prominent companions were Abdullah ibn Mas'ud in Iraq, Abdullah ibn Abbas in Mecca, Abdullah ibn Umar, and Zayd ibn Thabit in Medina. These are the four prominent companions. And from there came Tabi'een, Tabi'in, who became the imams and the scholars or the teachers of the four prominent imams. So the first imam of the four schools of thought was Abu Hanifa. Abu Hanifa, compared to Malik, who was in Medina, surrounded by all the Tabi'een, who took all their knowledge from the companions. So he was in a very fertile ground, taking all the sunnahs from everywhere. That's why he has his book, Al-Muwatta. And then we have Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i, who went to Al-Iraq, to Al-Sham, to Yemen, to Egypt. And he learned from so many of the Tabi'een who were scattered all over the place and gained knowledge. And then we have finally Imam Ahmad, who traveled a lot, almost everywhere, and collected his huge book called Al-Musnad, Musnad al-Imam Ahmad, with narrations of different types of companions because he traveled a lot. Abu Hanifa did not travel. He was a merchant, and he was one of the brightest individuals ever, of humans with an intellectual powers, but he didn't travel. So whatever little knowledge he had from the hadith, due to the lack of the number of companions who collected a hadith and relayed them to their students, the Tabi'een, and he collected those from, because of the little amount of Tabi'een he heard and learned from, his school of thought is based on logic. So 1 + 1 = 2, logical. So by default, this issue requires this particular thing, that's logical. This is why he did not have the same amount of knowledge to rely on, like Imam Malik, like Imam Shafi'i, like Imam Ahmad, yet he had the honor and the dignity to declare it to all of his students. Whenever you hear an authentic hadith, this is my opinion. Toss my own opinion across the street. Follow the hadith, because this is what I believe and this is what I worship Allah with. So he put this disclaimer so that people, when they come and say, Abu Hanifa says so and so, but there is a hadith that says that there is no marriage without a guardian. Abu Hanifa says it's okay to get married without a guardian. Well, he put a disclaimer saying, I didn't hear of such a hadith. If the hadith is authentic, it is what I believe in, you have to follow that. Blind followers don't want to follow this aspect. This is why we have this confusion.